Alright, so let's start on our backs today. So have your feet shoulders width apart and soles of your feet flat on the floor. And then you can lift your arms straight up in front of you. And on an inhale, you're gonna lift your hips up to the sky as you push your arms all the way behind you. And then exhale, you're gonna drop your hips back to the floor as you circle your arms back down to your side. I'm gonna do that a few more times. So inhale, lift the hips, and arms are gonna go overhead. And exhale, drop the hips slow as you circle your arms down by your side. Inhale, lift your hips, arms a circle up behind you. And then exhale, drop your hips and arms are going to circle back down on your side. And one more time, lift your hips, arms circle all the way behind you. And then we're going to just hold it for a few breaths. Now from here, I want you guys to interlace your fingers underneath your butt. And kind of just like pull your shoulders down. And don't forget to breathe. And then from here, if you can, just bring your hands onto your butt. So it's kind of like you're supporting your butt with your arms. So this is going to really isolate your biceps. And if you can drop your hips and then go into a shoulder stand. And we're going to just hold it for a few breaths. So this pose is really important. It's actually called, I think, the king of all yoga poses, because it just reverses all of gravity's effects on your body. So usually they hold this pose for like a really, really long time. But since this is like a really short practice, we're gonna just hold it for a couple more breaths. One more breath here. And then slowly drop your feet to the floor over your head. Have your hands in any supported position. And then just start rolling out really slow with the strength of your core until you're lying flat on the floor. And then when you get there, you're going to just hug your knees into your chest and start rocking forward and backwards until the momentum rocks you all the way to the seated position. And from here, you're going to go crawl your hands forward into tabletop pose and just go all the way to downward facing dog. From down dog, you're going to lift your right leg to the sky on the inhale, and then exhale, right knee to left tricep. Inhale, right leg high, and then exhale, right knee to left tricep again. Inhale, right leg high, exhale, knee to tricep. I'm going to just hold it for 5 breaths, or a few breaths. Whatever you can do. You can come out early if you need to. Doesn't really matter. One more breath. And then just straighten out your right leg so the outside of your right foot is on the floor. And then pivot your left foot out a little bit as you reach your right arm straight up to the sky. One inhale here, and then exhale, left arm back to the floor. Pivot your left foot out, back up, and then lift your right leg straight up to the sky. And then just step it in between your hands. When you get to runner's lunging pose, you're gonna lift that left arm straight up to the sky as you twist. One inhale here, and then exhale, right arm, right hand back on the floor. And just drop your left knee to the floor, untuck your left toes, and then bring your hands to your knees. And see if you can kind of like nudge your groin closer to the floor. So you should really feel a stretch in your left quad. And then whenever you're ready, bring your hands up into a modified crescent pose. Stretch back if you can, and breathe. One last breath, and then hands back on the floor. Open your hands a little bit wider than your yoga mat, and then start nudging your right foot closer to the left hand as you drop your right knee towards your right hand. And then take an inhale here. Exhale, fold. So we're in pigeon pose. One more breath here, and then just walk your hands back up. And at your own pace, tuck your left toes, and then lift that left knee up, and then bring your right leg to meet your left foot. So we're back in high plank. Take a deep inhale in high plank. Exhale, lower slow to the floor. Inhale, come into a cobra. Exhale, chin taps the floor. Push the plank and go all the way to downward facing dog. Deep inhale in down dog. And then on the next inhale, lift your left leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Inhale, left leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Inhale, left leg straight up. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. We're gonna hold it for just a few breaths. But of course, you can exit early if you need to. You can put your knees down. Just do what you need to do and always listen to your body. But if you're still with me, straighten out the left leg so the outside of the left foot is resting on the floor. And then you can kind of turn your right foot so it's flat on the floor, and then reach your right hand to the sky just for one breath. Oh my God. And then right hand back on the floor. Pivot up with your right toes, and then lift your left leg straight up to the sky. One inhale here. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Drop your right knee to the floor. Untuck your right toes, and then bring your hands up onto your left knee as you try to drop your groin closer to the floor, which is gonna deepen the stretch on the right quad, and breathe. Once you find your pose, and whenever you're ready, reach your hands up to the sky into a modified crescent pose. And stretch back if your balance allows it and if it feels good for you. One deep inhale here. And then exhale, you're gonna drop your hands back on the floor, wider than your yoga mat. And then heel toe, nudge your left foot to your right hand and drop your left knee to your left hand. Find your pigeon pose. So you should feel a stretch in your groin area. Deep inhale here. Exhale, make a pillow with your arms and rest your forehead on your arms and just breathe. This is one of the biggest joints in your entire body, so Gonna stay here for a couple breaths. Just let some circulation and regeneration go through that area. Releasing any tension, and yeah, you should just feel it. Last breath, walk your hands up high, and at your own pace, tuck your right toes and lift up your right knee, and then bring your left foot to meet your right foot. So we're back in high plank pose. Take a deep inhale in high plank, and exhale, we're gonna lower slow to the floor. Inhale, come into a cobra, and then exhale, chin taps the floor, and then just come up into a tabletop pose. From tabletop pose, you're gonna stand up on your 2 knees. So if this is bothering your knees, you can either skip this or put a pillow underneath your knees. And then just reach your arms up high as you bend back a little bit. And then you can have your hands on your lower back or your butt, and just slowly start to bend back. And if you can reach for the heels of your feet, coming into a camel pose. Dropping your head back and breathing for just a few breaths here. So this pose is so useful for like this point in time, because I feel like we're always on our computers and hunched over our phones. So this is just reversing that effect, that hunching effect that we have with our daily lives. Helping with our posture and just creating some space in that spine. One more inhale here, and then come back up really slow. Whew. And then just drop your hands in front of you. Open your left arm straight up on an inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna thread it underneath the right shoulder. And then you can press your right palm forward for support as you twist. And don't forget to breathe, guys. One more inhale here, and then exhale, press back up into neutral tabletop, and just do the other side. So open your right arm to the right, and then thread it underneath the left shoulder as you twist, resting your head on the floor and pressing your left hand forward, and breathe. All right, come back up slow, and then just go back into child's pose. Good job, you guys.